Hello folks. So in this video I will be explaining you how to set up SSL for your Weblogic server. Setting up any SSL certificate, for any server or anything is one of the most complex thing, for the engineers, or cybersecurity experts, or for the beginner. First of all, the concepts are so much complicated from the top level itself. Even you see the commands, you are not sure what exactly you are running on. So today I would be covering this with an example. Then we will correlate this example when we go further. So let's assume there is a guy whose name is Ramu, and Ramu have its store, which his name is Ramu store. Ramu definitely have some keys to open the store. Whenever a shopkeeper goes in the morning, definitely it open the locks with the store, right? So Ramu have two keys with him. Okay. Apart from that, whenever you open the shop, you have to take some certificate, right, from the local authorities to run it as a business. So Ramu has the certificate to run this as a business. He have the certificate. Now what happened, there is a area where Ramu is having the shop. There are a lot of robbers are there. What happens, Ramu is noticing every night some robbers are coming and stealing his shop. you know some sometime rice bags are not there, equal count. Sometime some masalas are not there. Sometime some different type of spices are not there. Sometime some cold drinks are not there, so somebody is coming and stealing it. So Ramu want protection for his shop. Ramu one day discussed with his friend who is a lawyer near to his shop only. He has office, and he used to buy some grocery on regular basis from Ramu's store. Ramu asked him, "Do you know?" Like first he went and asked for, can you give me cold drinks? He asked for the cold drink, and Ramu told, there is no cold drink today. Then his friend asking him, whenever I'm asking anything, most of the time you don't have the things. What's the problem? Do you don't want to give it to me, or is there any issue? So Ramu told, the issue is, the actually I do not have the stuffs with me. It's getting stole every day. Somebody's coming and stealing. I try to stay, then nobody comes, but once I go for sleeping, somebody comes and steal it. So what should I do? Then Ramu's friend suggested him, why not you take the security, guard or somebody to take care of your shop when you are not there near to your, shop. Those person will take care of it. Then Ramu asked, how I can avail this? How to know who is providing security services in my area? Then his friend told him, there is Sundar Security Services in our area. They provide the services. Then you can go and ask them to provide you, the security. Ramu went to Shyam Sundar Security Services office. They told Ramu, we cannot provide you security directly because we are having a tie-up with some platform. So if you go and register yourself to the platform and get the certificates from the platform and submit to us, then definitely we can provide you the services. Then again Ramu went to his friend and told him, I went to the Shyam Sundar Security, and that fellow told me, we can't help you. You need to register it directly via online. There is no offline registration process. You need some certificate and all. I don't know what is that, how to do this, can you explain me in simple terms? So his friend told him, I know about this. There is a website called local shop security service near your area.com, and in that website you can find Shyam Sundar security service will be displaying when you put your pin code of your location, and you can book their services from that website. Okay. So that is kind of a government official site, and these folks are having contract with them. So until they don't get the confirmation from the official site, they will not be assigned to your location. So he told, okay, how I can get those certificates? So this his friend told him, in order to get the certificates, just check their website and just follow what's the website is asking, the necessary documentation and what requirements provided, it will be done. Then what happened, Ramu went to the website local shop security service near your area.com, and once he log into the website is asking provide me CSR. Now Ramu is confused. What is CSR? Ramu tried to upload his document, let's say shop certificate document, and submitted and waited for 2 more days. Again, the status after 2 days is showing rejected. And the reason of rejected is incomplete document, invalid document. Then again, Ramu was upset, and he spoke to his friend. His friend told him call to the customer care of this local security service. So Ramu called the security service customer care, and the customer care was asking you have to provide a new document called CSR document, and that CSR document you should take from your lawyer, or you can go to the court and take the document from your lawyer. This document contains major of information like your some sort of certificate information, your public private keys information, just your keys information, shop location, where you are running. These kind of information will be there in this document, but you have to take this document out, then only you can upload this to the website and you get the certificate. Ramu again got confused. What the hell these people are asking to me? So Ramu did what? Ramu went to his friend and told, can you please help me, what is this? So his friend generated one CSR for him based on the current document what Ramu have and information Ramu have, and somehow he produced the CSR for him. Ramu went to the website, uploaded the CSR, and once he uploaded the CSR, Ramu got 3 certificates from there. Out of this, 2 certificates Ramu has to keep with him as a proof like he is registered, and 1 certificate Ramu have to print out and take the physical copy to Shyam Sundar Security Service, and he have to visit on a particular slot on a day, and Ramu visited and submitted that 1 certificate with them. Now once this certificate is submitted to them, 1 piece of certificate to them and 2 piece Ramu have, that moment of time when these things are done, a local security team comes to the Ramu shops and providing him the end-to-end security. Means if night thieves or robbers are trying to come and steal the shop, they will protect him. So Ramu have the full security now. So in order to get this security, Ramu at the end, what you understand, Ramu have to arrange 3 certificates. And who given this certificate to him? Some third party website or government website whose name was local shop security service near your area.com. Okay, so this website given him the certificate. So if another day Ramu have a friend called Shamu told Ramu, I need to enable the same level of security for my shop also. What I have to do? Do you think now Shamu will get trouble? Definitely no. Ramu will directly tell him, because I have gone through all of this, I will tell you in the shortcut. Go and get these 3 certificates. Register to local security service near your area.com. Provide your shop CSR. How to create CSR? I will help you. I have a friend. And when you upload this, you will get the 2 certificate. 2 copy you have with you, and 1 copy you submit to Sham Security, and they will come and start giving the services to you. And you will be marked as a protected or secure. Your communication will be now secure. If this story is clear, now we are in a position we can start or head out towards how to set up an SSL. I will be giving an example of how to set up SSL in WebLogic so that you can get an fair idea how the SSL is being set. So let's start. I have divided the things into 7 steps so that you can easily understand the things. So in order to configure the SSL, okay, the first step is configure SSL. Okay, in WebLogic server we are going to start. So first step is you have to create one store, same like a Ramu store. The name of this store is identity store. So the name of the store is identity store. Once you create this store, because in order to get the security, first you need store, right? So you need an identity store. The name of your store is My Identity Key Store. This My Identity Key Store have 3 things: your public key, private key, and your self-signed certificate of the server. Okay. Now why I am saying these things to you? First, let's understand the analogy. Then at the top level, you will understand how this things works in real life. So first of all, in order to get the SSL, you need a store. Okay, what is the store name? My identity key store. And the store, this store is nothing but in real life it's a file, either JKS file or PKCS12 file. Okay, these are the format of the file. So my identity store.jks is the name of the file. Okay, so you have to create this file, then only the things will start. So how to create this file? Java provide you a key tool. Okay, now before this, let me first tell you how exactly the thing will work. What happens whenever a browser, okay, we are talking about this SSL, right? So whenever a browser, let's say your Google Chrome, is trying to access a particular website, okay, how it trust on this website? Browser, whenever trying to reach to a website shows to him some certificates. Okay, if that certificate and browser have some store, okay, it could be identity store, trust store, whatever name is there. So that certificate, if let's say it have certificate 1, certificate 2, certificate 3, certificate 4, cert 5, cert 900, like that, with it in the browser. In Chrome you can find it, under privacy security, these certificates options are there, which is by default available in the browser. So whenever you log into any website, okay, the website throws a certificate. If the certificate matches with the browser store, okay, if match found, then only browser say it's a secure connection and it will say non-secure connection. So in order to make your website secure, you need that certificate. Okay, and that certificate must be known to the browser. So that certificate must be generated by somebody, you know who is, I can say that there are many websites who generate this kind of certificate. These websites store the information in browser, and the same website also give you the certificate which is stored on your server. So when you server throws that certificate, browser matches if the same certificate is in my store given by that company, third party company, then if it is a successful authentication, or I can say if it's a successful match in simple, then its website is secure. Okay, so that's why uh, this is the role of SSL. So certificates come into the picture. So in order to secure your website, in simple, in one line I can say you have to arrange 3 certificates and I can say your website is secure. But how to arrange the certificate? You have to create each and every character of the story into the server in reality. Then only you will get the certificates. First, you create a identity store. When you create the identity store, automatically self-signed certificate, private key, public key is also getting created. Okay, this is like a Ramu. This is like a Ramu store. Then you generate one CSR based on the identity store you have. Okay, identity store is nothing but a file. So based on this file, you produce one more file. Okay, the name of that file is CSR file. This is a kind of a summary file or kind of an application form which you are going to submit on a third party vendor. Okay, this application form has most of your details, mostly public key and self-signed certificate details. Okay, and these details, once you submit, the third party vendor will give you the certificates, the main certificates. So you generated your CSR, and then what you do, you go to the website. Okay, let's say it could be any website. There are multiple website vendor available, like DigiCert is one of them. Okay, apart from that, Let's Encrypt is one of them. Okay, like my KTPort website uses this Let's Encrypt. Okay, actually the mailbox we are using, right, that is from Let's Encrypt. Okay, similar way your company may have a certificate from any other company. Okay, so Digistore is one of them. And in order to do the hands-on and lab level of experiment, there is a website called getcert.com. So getcert.com is a website from where you can get some sort of demo certificate to test your settings. Okay, but that is not the trusted one. The trusted one are these two, and other are there, you can google out the name. Okay, so you submit your CSR. Once you submit your CSR, you upload your CSR, you will get these 3 certificates. As I told, what is the name of the certificate? Root, intermediate and server certificate. There are 3 certificates you will get. So these 3 certificate, once you upload it, you will immediately get an option to download it from there. So you downloaded these 3 certificate. What you have to do now, you have to upload 2 certificate in your key store, in your identity store. What are the 2 certificate you will be uploading? You will be uploading intermediate and server certificate. This intermediate and server certificate need to be imported, okay, to your key store, which is my identity key store. Okay, then the another certificate that need to be stored in Shyam Sundar security services, which is trusted key store. So this key store also you need to create. There are commands, don't worry about this, but if you understand the flow, you will able to follow the commands. Okay, so you have to create your trusted key store, another key store, and there you will upload the root certificate. Now, as I told, once you upload these 2 certificates to your key store, intermediate and server one, and root to the trusted store, you can say you are secure. Still not, but you can say I'm secure. How you can say? Now your Weblogic, now by default your Weblogic is not pointing to your custom certificate. It points somewhere in default certificate. Just point your key stores. Okay, when pointing key stores means pointing the certificate, right? So point these 2 key store on Weblogic, and Weblogic once started pointing to the key store. Okay, so when your Weblogic start pointing to these key stores, and you can say you are pointing to those certificates, means your website is secure. Again, in the Weblogic level, you have to provide some informations like where is what is the private key, what is the private key password, SSL port you need to enable, and take a restart of your admin server, and that's it. It's done. So again, let me come back and start explaining you the things. So how you do that? This is a summary, and let me explain you a little bit more. So step 1, I hope the process is clear. You need 2 stores, my identity key store, and another you need my trusted key store. My identity key store will have 2 certificates, intermediate and server certificate, and your trusted key store will have root certificate. When you do this, just point your Weblogic server to this key store. That's it. That's the job. You can say SSL is configured. SSL configured means pointing to these 2 key stores is called SSL configuration. That's it. If you understand this much of information, you can configure any other type of SSL, just going through their documentation. So how to create the identity store? There is a tool called key tool. There are different tools available in market. Java based product having something called key tool, okay, coming out of the box with the product called Weblogic. Okay, and any Java based application. So when you run the key tool and you generate the key, okay, and what I'm generating a key pair, which is called my key pair. This is called, means when I write this statement, 2 keys will be generated, private and public. I'm going to use the algorithm RSA, key size, and store name. So store name is my identity key store. So when I give this kind of detail, and this is a big command, I just given a small portion of the command. So what happens? It will do 3 things. Okay, it will first generate our key store, my identity key store, and then it will also create public private key pair, and it will also create a self sign certificate. This is how, when these 3 things are created and stored, okay, means your key store will be created, and these 3 things will be created inside your key store. We can say key store or identity store is set up. My identity store is set up. What is the name of my identity store? My identity key store. Now once your my identity key store is set up, Ramu's shop is set up. Now Ramu need to generate what? CSR. How to get the CSR? There is a key tool command, and you have to pass a parameter called cert request. When you pass the parameter cert request and provide your key store name, okay, you provide your key store name, what will happen? It, and also provide this CSR file name, it will generate, okay, also private key, protected key, so many information. Just a portion of the command I'm writing. I'm nowhere written the complete command. You will get it over the internet. So once you write this kind of command, it's going to generate your CSR, and my CSR name is my CSR. So this is like an application form for, I need those certificates for my security. And this website, right, which I was telling, which is digicert.com, let'sencrypt.com, getcert, okay, .com, there you just log in and upload that mycert.csr. When you upload that mycert.csr, immediately when there is a button called submit. When you submit, you will get the download option of these 3 certificates from their website. These are the paid one. Paid certificates can vary from in a month $10, it can reach up to $500 a year, and it could be more. So you download the certificate from there, and what happens once you download, you have to import. Two places you have to import. First place, your own store, Ramu store. Ramu need the 2 certificate, intermediate certificate and server certificate. But now there is a problem. In order to import in a store, there is a command called import cert. In the key tool, we pass a parameter called import cert. Now import cert take only one file name as an argument. You cannot provide 2 file name as an argument. So what is the best way? Merge these 2 certificate and create another combined certificate, and that you pass in the argument. So how to merge the certificate? You can create a third certificate. Just you can open a notepad and just in notepad save as .car, save at like combination cert.car, and just copy beginning to end of from one certificate, paste here, and then and write the parameter begin certificate and certificate. Okay, generally it's written in the certificate itself, and then paste another certificate. So merge the certificate and save it to another drive or place. Now you got a combined certificate. This combined certificate you pass here. That is again technical thing. The main overview, if it's clear, these things are not tough. So when you pass this combined certificate, what will happen? It's going to import these 2 certificate inside it. Step 1 is done. Step 2, what? You need to create trust store. So again, this is a key tool command, and I need to create a trust store. You see, this is the command. It's creating trust store, and also it's importing that root certificate inside this. Okay, so root will go in the trust store, and intermediate and server will go inside the my identity key store. So my identity means identity store will have this, and root store will have roots. Trust store will have root certificate. So now trust store is created with this command here. Okay, we should not worry how it's getting created and all these things. You can search it out. Major thing, what exactly at the layman level you are doing, you should know. So I'm just creating a cert trust store, and there I'm inserting this root certificate. Now as per this diagram, what happened? Sam Sundar will got this one certificate, which is root certificate, and Ramu store got 2 certificate, which is intermediate certificate and server certificate. Now he can get the security. How he can get? Just Weblogic server need to point to these 2 stores. When Weblogic point to the 2 store, means he knows, okay, this is the certificate he bought from somewhere. Now we have to make the services running on these 2 certificates. Okay, and in order to Weblogic should use this certificate, you have to enable the SSL. Okay, you have to set the private key name, private key password inside. Some options are there, like configure SSL options are there in the Weblogic. There you fill these details, you point your Weblogic to these key stores and restart the Weblogic, and when you access HTTPS protocol, okay, it's like 7002, Weblogic will start doing this. But at the end, the story, the summary of the story is if you have to point, you have to configure SSL to your Weblogic, you need 3 certificate. 2 certificate will be intermediate and server, that will go to your identity store, and root certificate which will go to your trust store. If you are able to do that, your SSL is configured, and your identity store and trust store must be pointed by your Weblogic. And how to get this certificate? You need a CSR. How to get the CSR? You need your own identity store, which is a combination of, or which is consist of private key, public key, and your self-signed certificate. That's it. There is a command. When you write this, these all things are generated at one go. But if this diagram is clear, it's going to enable a lot. It's going to help you a lot while setting up SSL. If diagram is clear, you can able to set up the SSL. You will come to know the role of the stores. Okay, there are 2 stores, identity and trust. When identity will be used, when trust will be used. Okay, and SSL meanings doing 2 things: putting identity certificates in identity store, root certificate in root store. Identity certificate in intermediate, and server certificate. How to get it? That's a different business. Okay, but if you do that and point your server to these key stores. That's it. Okay, so pointing to this key store, and key stores must have the certificate. Okay, is called SSL configure. I hope this level of explanation I was wishing when I was going through the internet. Still in 2026 I'm recording this video. I'm not able to see this, and people find it difficult when they ask for configure SSL and all, because even going through the document is not given the clarity, because layman picture is not clear. And the agenda of KTPort is to explain the things in the layman level. I hope this given you the clarity. If you really like and found this video useful, please subscribe to our channel. And if you want to go through master the Oracle Identity Manager, there is a master program. You can check out the description and you can enroll. Okay, you can the number will be shown to the display. You can contact us and get your OIM book. Okay, and learn the Oracle Identity Manager from us. Okay, that's all for today, folks. Thank you so much.